Welcome back, children, to my channel Awesome Learning, and we will be continuing with the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the bonds. Already, a video on glycosidic bonds have been made, and just to show a revision work for the glycosidic bonds, I have drawn this structure for all of you. This in this diagram, it reveals how the glycosidic bonds are formed. How is it formed? You can see these are the this is the nitrogenous base, and this is the sugar. And as I have already told you, when the sugar is bonded with the nitrogenous base, okay, there is a bond in between the two. That bond is called glycosidic bond. That bond is known as glycosidic bond. So this is your nitrogenous base. Cytosine is the nitrogenous base, and this is the structure of the sugar and bond between the two. This is the bond which has been made in between the two. This is called the glycosidic bond. Okay, this was about glycosidic bond. Now the next bond that we find in our DNA is the phosphodiester bond. Children, as you know that DNA is a polymer, and it is actually made by connecting the monomers. Okay, connecting the monomers. And who are the monomers? The nucleotides. Now the bond between the two nucleotides, these are the two nucleotides. So there is a bond between the two nucleotides. This bond is called phosphodiester bond, and this is also called 3-5- phosphodiester linkage. Okay, now let's see adjacent nucleotide. Now who are the adjacent one? Those who are placed side by side. The adjacent nucleosides are connected together to form a long polymer. For any one nucleotide, the phosphate attached, now let me show you the diagram here. The phosphate attached to the OH group at the 5' carbon. See, this is the nucleotide, and this is another nucleotide, thymine. This is cytosine, this is thymine, and here on the 5' end, okay, the phosphate group is attached on the 5' end of the nucleotide. As said here, phosphate attached to the OH group at the 5' end of the pentose sugar is in turn bonded to the OH group of the 3' pentose sugar of the next nucleotide. That means this phosphate group is attached here at the 5' end of this nucleotide, and the other end of the same phosphate group, other end of the same phosphate group is attached to the 3' end of the second nucleotide. Okay, and the bond here is phosphodiester bond. So these two nucleotides are now attached, they are linked. And how are they linked? They are linked by 3-5- phosphodiester linkage. They are linked by 3-5- phosphodiester linkage, and hence the phosphodiester bonds are formed. Children, both glycosidic bond and phosphodiester bonds are formed by condensation reactions, chemical reactions, condensation reactions. Okay, where what are condensation reactions? Where elimination of water takes place. So when water is eliminated, the थिंग्स विल कंडेंस ना, पानी निकल जाएगा तो चीज़ें क्या होंगी, कंडेंस होंगी. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दीज कंडेंसेशन रिएक्शंस both glycosidic bonds and phosphodiester bonds are formed. Okay, and children, several thousand nucleotides are linked together to form a big polymer or a polynucleotide chain. Polynucleotide chain is formed. You see, if there are, suppose there are hundreds of 100 nucleotide, so all of them will be connected and a polymer will be formed. Okay children, so here we have discussed about the glycosidic bonds and the phosphodiester bonds. Now children, here I will be continuing here to show you that both these bonds together form a double stranded DNA. Now let me show you. This is the 5' end, and here phosphate group, this is the phosphate group, and here I'll just draw a very short. Okay, now this is the another nucleotide. The second nucleotide is attached here, same manner. Okay, the same manner, and the third one will be attached here. So these are the phosphate groups. Okay, and here when the last nucleotide will be attached, it will finish at OH and the 3'. So 5', it starts with 5' where the phosphate group is there, and at the end where it ends up, there is a hydroxyl group, and 3' end is written here. Okay, now children, because DNA is double stranded, so there will be another strand below, but it will be opposite to the 5'. So if the first strand is 5' to 3', then the second strand will start with 3', and if it is 3', then here it will be hydroxyl group, and in the same manner but just the opposite, the pentose sugar will be. Now here the phosphate will come, and now just the opposite of what we have drawn above. Again the second pentose, and then the third one. And now children, there will be connections in the first DNA, in the first strand of the DNA. If this is the structure, here we join adenine, so and here it has thymine, so here both of them will get bonded, and the bond between them will be double. Similarly, if here it is guanine attached, the nucleotide attached is guanine, and here it is attached cytosine, then both of them will be bonded by triple bonds, hydrogen bonds. These bonds are hydrogen bonds. So remember children, there is a bonding between A and T, which is double bond, and there is also a bonding between G and C, which will be triple bond, and these bonds, both these bonds are hydrogen bonds. So in your DNA structure, how many types of bond you have learned? One is the glycosidic bond. Okay, one is the glycosidic bond, which is bonded between the sugar and the nitrogenous base. Then second is the phosphodiester bond, which bonds between the nucleotides to form a big polymer chain of DNA. And third bond is the hydrogen bonds, which help you to get a double stranded DNA. Because these are the bonds which will be bonding between the two strands. Suppose here it is A and T, G and C, again A and T, C and G. So the bonds between them will give you a double stranded DNA. Understood? So these are the three types of bonds that we have discussed.